is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Life is not always easy. There are days when everything seems to collapse, when challenges pile up and leave you feeling drained. But in those moments, what keeps you standing isn't the circumstances around you or the ease of the path ahead. It's the meaning you give to your life. Your reason to live, a purpose, a dream, or even a loved one, is the greatest source of strength, a flame that refuses to be extinguished no matter how fierce the winds of hardship may blow. When you have a clear why, every how becomes part of the journey rather than a barrier. Adversities, instead of breaking you, become the fuel that drives you forward, because you understand that every struggle is a necessary piece of the puzzle that leads to what you hold dear. A person without a reason to live is like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly without direction. But when you find your why, you give yourself purpose, a guiding light that illuminates even the darkest days. Your why doesn't need to be grand or monumental. Sometimes it's as simple as the joy of seeing a loved one smile, the pride of overcoming a small challenge, or the desire to become a better version of yourself. What matters is that your why resonates deeply within you, something you're willing to protect and pursue no matter what it takes. When you have a reason to live, no difficulty feels insurmountable. Not because the challenges are easier, but because you know they are worth enduring. That reason is like a mountain in the distance, reminding you that every step, no matter how slow or exhausting, brings you closer to the summit. And when you look back, you'll see that it was the challenges themselves that made your success more meaningful and your life more vibrant. So if you're feeling lost, ask yourself, why am I here? What truly matters to me? Once you find that answer, you'll realize that every difficulty is simply a stepping stone on the path to a life that is valuable and fulfilled. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. No one can construct for you the bridge upon which precisely you must cross the stream of life. No one but you yourself alone. Is man merely a mistake of God's, or God merely a mistake of man? The thought of suicide is a great consolation. By means of it, one gets through many a dark night. Every deep thinker is more afraid of being understood than of being misunderstood. In heaven, all the interesting people are missing. The true man wants two things: danger and play. The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. The snake which cannot cast its skin has to die. Faith, not wanting to know what the truth is. The doer alone learneth. I'm not upset that you lied to me. I'm upset that from now on, I can't believe you. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies, but also to hate his friends. There are no facts, only interpretations. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. climbs upon the highest mountains, laughs at all tragedies, real or imaginary. The lonely one offers his hand too quickly to whomever he encounters. The greatest cure for love is still that time-honored medicine, love returned. One repays a teacher badly if one always remains nothing but a pupil. The higher man is distinguished from the lower by his fearlessness and his readiness to challenge misfortune. The most common lie is that which one lies to himself. Lying to others is relatively an exception. The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. In the darkest moments, when it feels like everything is working against you, when pain and failure weigh heavily on your heart, you may find yourself asking, "Can I endure this?" But pause for a moment and look within. It is in these seemingly impossible moments that your strength is being built. Strength isn't the absence of pain. It's the ability to rise despite it, to keep moving when your legs feel like giving out, and to believe that light awaits at the end of the tunnel. Life never promises ease. It delivers challenges that you think you'll never overcome. But you have overcome them, haven't you? Hardships are not meant to defeat you. They are meant to forge you, to help you realize that you are stronger than you ever imagined. Like metal hardening in the fire, every challenge, every scar on your soul is a mark of growth, a testament to the resilience you've gained. Think back to the times you've fallen. How many times did you believe you couldn't go on, and yet you stood up again? Tears don't make you weak. They are part of the journey, a way to release pain and make room for the strength within to emerge. No truly strong person has ever lived without knowing pain. What sets them apart is their ability to transform that pain into fuel for their journey forward. Strength is not just the outcome of survival. It is the way you learn to see life through a new lens after each hardship. It teaches you gratitude for what you have, patience for what you've yet to achieve, and faith that no matter what, you will find a way to move forward. Life may knock you down, but it doesn't decide whether you stay on the ground or rise again. That decision is yours. And when you choose to rise, you don't just become stronger. You inspire yourself and those around you. So face your challenges with courage. Believe that what doesn't kill you is shaping you into something extraordinary, preparing you for all the beauty and opportunity waiting ahead. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy. The man of action is a liar, but he who does nothing is a greater liar. Do not allow yourself to be blinded by fear or anger. Everything is only as it is. He who cannot bear to share his solitude will never truly be free. The higher your spirit soars, the deeper your shadow becomes. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. He who despises himself still respects himself as one who despises. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man. Wisdom comes to us when it can no longer do any good. One does not only wish to be understood when one writes, one wishes just as surely not to be understood. Every profound spirit needs a mask. become who you are. What is great in man is that he is a bridge and not a goal. In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, it is the rule. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he does not become a monster. To forget one's purpose is the commonest form of stupidity. Convictions are more dangerous enemies of truth than lies. The best thoughts come from walking. A casual stroll through the lunatic asylum shows that faith does not prove anything. In art, as in love, instinct is enough. Do you want to have an easy life? Then always stay with the herd and lose yourself in the herd. In the end, one loves one's desires and not what is desired. Our destiny exercises its influence over us, even when, as yet, we have not learned its nature. It is our future that lays down the law of our today. The future influences the present just as much as the past. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. The demand to be loved is the greatest of all arrogant presumptions. We love life, not because we are used to living, but because we are used to loving. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. It is my ambition to say in 10 sentences what others say in a whole book. In the mountains, the shortest way is from peak to peak, but for that one must have long legs. All truly great thoughts are conceived while walking. What is the seal of liberation? No longer being ashamed in front of oneself. The higher man is distinguished by his distance from the opinions of others. All great things must first wear terrifying and monstrous masks in order to inscribe themselves on the hearts of humanity. The advantage of a bad memory is that one enjoys several times the same good things for the first time. Man is the cruelest animal. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. Without music, life would be a mistake. Music is more than just melodies or lyrics. It is the universal language of emotions, transcending barriers and needing no translation. In every rhythm, every note, music carries the purest essence of the human soul. Joy, sorrow, hope, and even the pain that words fail to express. Without music, life would be like a painting devoid of color, a story without voice, and a journey without highlights. Music is where we find connection and understanding. When you're sad, a soft melody can feel like a comforting friend, listening and sharing your feelings. When you're happy, an upbeat tune amplifies that joy. And when you feel lost, music can act as a compass, guiding you through the storms of life. That is the extraordinary power of music. It not only touches the heart, but also heals the deepest wounds. A life without music would lose its natural rhythm. We don't just need music for entertainment. We need it to live, to feel, and to connect. A familiar tune can transport you back to a cherished moment. evoking feelings long forgotten by time. It reminds us that no matter how complicated or chaotic life becomes, there is always beauty and something worth holding on to. Music proves that emotions don't need words to be understood. It is a way to share the deepest parts of ourselves with the world. Without it, we are left with silence, empty spaces where meaning and fulfillment struggle to exist. Music isn't just a part of life, it is a part of us. It reminds us that life is not only about existing, but also about feeling, about being moved, and about immersing ourselves in the moments that make us truly alive. A life without music would indeed be a mistake, for it would miss one of the most beautiful creations humanity has ever gifted to itself. The tree that would grow to heaven must send its roots to hell. Freedom is the will to be responsible for ourselves. Happiness is the feeling that power increases, that resistance is being overcome.